Of the state of Texas, there's 11 major ecological regions. 9 of those regions interact with the Edwards Plateau being the center. This is an intersection of biodiversity. And E.O. Wilson, who's an internationally recognized biologist, has rated the Edwards Plateau as number 22 globally of ecological diversity. It's a beautiful place.
It's our heritage, it's our family, it's the tradition, it means, the land means everything. Our ranch means everything to us. I mean, it's a spiritual place. It's a place of relaxation. It's a place of restoration. It's a place of family. It's a place of mentoring and learning. It's where you learn about the outdoors and how the natural world works.
This is the heartland of Texas, the Texas Hill Country. 17 counties, 11 million acres of green hills, plentiful wildlife, and clear water. Once made famous as the country of 1,100 springs, the Hill Country has more than 11,000 springs flowing from the aquifers to the creeks and rivers. Up from the Balcones Escarpment, just west of Interstate 35, lies the Edwards Plateau. Steep, rugged hills, colorful granite outcrops, cypress-lined creeks, and fields of wildflowers are common sights. The diverse and rich landscapes are matched by the diversity of the people and culture. Many have called this place home for generations since the days of the Alamo. Out to the west, working ranches are operated with a sense of land stewardship by hardy folks who maintain a strong work ethic. About 95% of the Texas Hill Country land is in private hands, and it is these lands that are playing an increasingly important role in our state's looming water resource crisis. At the Balcones fault line to the east, the fast-paced growth corridor from Austin to San Antonio is thriving. Some may not consider these booming urban areas as hill country, but there's no doubt that people and businesses are drawn to the region because of the outstanding quality of life, which further fuels economic development. It's important to recognize that good land stewards in rural areas are ultimately contributing to clean water for our growing urban populations.
Landowners in the Texas Hill Country are in a unique situation because what they're managing on their land actually impacts water quality and water quantity for many parts of our state. Some of the most water-dependent areas of our state are vulnerable to really the management practices and the efforts that are being made on private land in the Texas Hill Country.
A distinctive hill country culture is alive and well in Fredericksburg, Kerrville, Llano, and other charming historic towns. A blend of Spanish, German, and Mexican influence is felt in local architecture, music, food, dance halls, and conversations everywhere. Tourism is a major component of the hill country economy. People come here to paddle the rivers, explore caves, hunt, hike, bike, and ride horses. They'll taste wines, peaches, and barbecue. They'll birdwatch, take photographs, enjoy the art and music. They visit bed and breakfasts, resorts, state parks, and campgrounds. The region beckons not only Texas families, but also people from out of state and international travelers too, all coming to visit and play. Texas is second only to Florida as a retirement destination, and more people are making the hill country their home.
Almost any place else in the United States, or for that matter, any place in the world, this would be a national park.
It seems the destiny of Texas to grow. It is unlikely that a national park is in the cards, so what will happen to our hill country when its population explodes? About 3 million people live in the region today. Estimates say it'll nearly double in the next 40 years. Where will we find the water for these new people? Where will they live? What will happen to our lands? If the Texas Hill Country continues to grow following the current development patterns, our natural and open lands will shrink, and the number of developed acres will expand, doubling by 2050. Today, many places where we now see fields and hills and streams will be the rooftops, apartments, pavement, and new shopping malls of tomorrow. Much of the rural land that now provides ecosystem services to a growing population is surely to be threatened. Ecosystem services is a term we really don't talk about often enough. It refers to the certain common benefits that we all get from places that are undeveloped on well cared for land. The natural open space places, in turn, provide life-giving resources to people living nearby, like clean water and air, local food supplies, and wildlife habitat. Places to visit, recreate, and reflect upon who we are. Places to revive the soul. The bottom line is, we've got to change the way we grow. We cannot keep doing things the same old way. We can't keep falling back on the familiar, the easy, and the tired old phrase, but we've always done it this way. If we're not working to adopt new and better ways to grow, generic development patterns will transform these hill country lands we love into just another any place USA. Let's stop and think about what we're leaving for our children and grandchildren. Will there be water for them when we're already taking more than nature provides now? With our rivers and aquifers already over-allocated, how will we plan for the future? Conservation is key. Way back in 1934, Aldo Leopold said, "Conservation will ultimately boil down to rewarding the private landowner who conserves the public interest." This individual level of conservation translates into the premise that if he fails to do so, his neighbors must ultimately pay the bill. Time has come to deepen our understanding of the conservation ethic. It's time to learn a new way to value our role in this place and the beautiful landscapes that surround us, not as something to sell, but as something to keep. Water for the future falls upon and is held in the land. Conserving land conserves water. Hill country land stewards are critical components to the future. So, how do we manage the growth we know is coming this way? We need to balance new regional and community infrastructure spending with natural area conservation. Today, we need to make demands for a new type of development that puts conservation first. We can do a better job to guide growth within existing urban areas through transportation and utility planning. We must work now for policy change that encourages water reuse, provides rainwater catchment incentives, and requires naturally water-wise native landscapes. There are important things we have to focus on together. Conserve water. Advance policies that manage water within watersheds, protect riparian areas, keep springs flowing, stop over-allocating our aquifers and rivers, and prevent water pollution rather than react to it. Value the land for keeping. Keep families on the land with incentives and purchase of development rights. Encourage conservation easements that conserve our cultural heritage and maintain ecosystem services. Get involved locally. Unique issues need unique solutions. Involved citizens can take responsibility for the future of our communities by working with and leading local entities such as county government, groundwater conservation districts, and local organizations. The good news is there is hope. It's not too late. Pull your chair up to the table and roll up your sleeves. Let's work together and get down to the important issues of the future. Conserving the hill country will require rural landowners, urban dwellers, conservationists, scientists, and elected officials to set aside personal agendas and work to find common ground. We all must recognize the value of good land stewardship and the collective common that desires clean air and water be maintained as part of our cultural heritage. The hill country is our place to nurture and care for wisely. I'm for the hill country. Are you?